Hey everybody, it's Barbara. Welcome to another In the Background and Card Construction video. Today I'm going to show you how I mix my ink that I use for my splatters and how I do the splatter background. To begin with, I use mixables, Sheer Shimmer Mist, some ink refill, a pipette, a mini mister, and water. To begin with, I will drop some water from my container with my pipette. I use 4 milliliters of water. The pipette goes up to 3, so I just go to 2 twice. Put that in the mini mister, and then I'm going to add 1 milliliter of the Mixables Sheer Shimmer Mist from My Favorite Things. Make sure that you shake up that bottle really well, because the pearl particles will settle to the bottom. So I make sure I shake it really well before I withdraw any. So I add that 1 milliliter to the 4 milliliters of water, and then I add some ink refill. This one I'm using Paver Red. For the darker colors, I generally use 5 or 6 drops. For the lighter colors, I'll do more because they won't show up if you don't. So then I put the cap on and just shake to make sure it's well mixed. And that's what you have when you finish. Now, like I said, with the darker colors, you don't need as much as you do with the lighter colors. Now I keep these in a little stand, and in order to know what I've got from the top, I usually will add a little circle of cardstock in the appropriate color. And I cut that out with a Flourishes Stamps Die-namics and just apply it to the top with a glue dot. I also make a note on the bottom in my shorthand with a Sharpie using just 2 letters that will tell me what the name is. So for this, I just use a P and a R for Paver Red. That way, if the cap gets separated, I'm sure I get it back on the right one. Now to make the background, and I already had Jellybean Green and Kraft mixed. So to start the background, shake your ink up really well. See that how that has settled already. Shake it up, and then you will want to spray it once to make sure that the tube of the sprayer is full of the ink. And then you just take it out, hold it over your paper, and tap. And it will make it just fly out of the end. And you do as much or as little as you want. For this particular piece, this is my background paper, so I want enough to show all 3 of the colors pretty well. Sometimes you won't want that much, but for this one I do. Now moving on to Jellybean, I'm spraying it to make sure the tube is full, and then just tap. I just spray it into the trash can when I do that. Also, I think it's important to note that once you finish, spray it again upside down to clear the tube, because those little pearl particles will clog. I have had some that I had to trash because they clogged, but if I turn it upside down and spray it and empty the tube, then I find that really helps. I'm adding my last color, the Kraft, and I'm done with the splatters. Now I often will also add just some water, and to do that I just keep a little mini mister full of clear water. And the reason I do it is because when the water drops hit the ink drops, it will make some of it move, and I just really like that artsy look that I get with that. So I often will do that. Now the water takes a while to dry, so I'm going to zap it with my heat tool for a few seconds to get that going. It doesn't really take too long, but you want to make sure it's good and dry before you put it on your card so you don't smear it. Okay, I'm going to set that aside to finish drying while I put the card together. I'm starting with a Kraft cardstock base, A2 size top fold. And now that is dry, so I'm going to add it with some foam tape. I also have a Fishtail Flags, a pierced Fishtail Flags STAX. I also have a panel that I stamped with Spotlight Sentiments, also in Kraft ink. And then the gift and the bow from Lisa Johnson Design, Celebrate You, and the dies that match. I see a little bit of water still on there, so I'm going to zap it again. Then I'm going to put the splattered layer on with just some adhesive. I'm not going to pop this layer up. I often do, but I'm not popping this layer up. It's going straight onto the card base. Next, I am going to pop up my Fishtail Flags STAX element with some foam tape to add some dimension. And after I do that, I'm going to add the stamped sentiment strip with just regular adhesive tape. I'm going to line that up with the top. I'm using a My Favorite Things sketch for this card. You can find them all at My Favorite Things. And now I'm going to just adhere this. I stamped that sentiment over and over and over to fill that little panel up. For embellishment now, I'm going to put this gift that I stamped with Paver Red ink on with some foam tape, again for some more dimension. The bow I stamped with Jellybean Green ink, and that will go right on top of the bow of the gift. And I'm popping that up on foam, and I think I need a little extra one under that right upper corner because it's hanging off of the fishtail flag. Yeah, that's much better. Now for my gift, I'm just going to adhere it right to the stamped sentiment layer so that it's actually behind the gift to create some visual difference there. And I'm going to stick just a little piece of foam under that right hand loop because it is also hanging off. And that's it. Thanks so much for watching. See you back next time.